darkest roads and up in the clouds. But I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make it mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good.
It's Super Bowl Sunday. And y'all decided that before the Super Bowl, y'all was gonna come to the village. You know what? Here go a big virtual hug. That big virtual hug for all of y'all that sacrificed and decided to be here with me for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. I don't take it lightly. Thank you. Listen, we have a awesome show for today. As you know, February is the month dedicated to the men. So I'm a high five myself for that. I'm going to deal with the men this Sunday, next Sunday, the Sunday after that. Oh, wait a minute. That's Valentine's Day. Let me just tell y'all, men, do not get her just flowers and candy. Don't do it. We need y'all to personalize it this time because you can't go nowhere. You can't really take her out. So I need y'all to do something different, something handmade, something from the heart. Do something different. That's just my gift to you, men, okay? And that's free. Listen, as always in the village, I want you to like, comment, share, post your questions in there because we want to be sure that we give our guests time to present some information and come back and share his thoughts regarding the things that are important to you. And we want to address your concerns. So please like, comment, and share. Let me tell you a little bit about our guest. His name is Jimmy Allen. He's going to be talking about sabotaging beliefs that hurt men and how to break free. Men, come on. So he's a love and relationships coach. He helps men overcome limitations. His program requires vulnerability and confidence. And the best part, he has success rate that is off the charts. Come on, village, put your hands together and welcome Jimmy Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Jimmy, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. That opening was very special to my heart. And thank you for having me on your show, Kim.
You are more than welcome. I'm super excited about you being here because I just feel like men need to have somebody that's going to be saying the hard stuff, getting that karate chop. I'm like, say it, don't hold back. We got 30 minutes and we're going to hit it.
I know it's like the man slayer. I'm not slaying the men, but I'm slaying the beliefs around what men hold on to because sometimes I just have to take a deep sigh.
A woosah.
On what, beliefs that we still hold on to for dear life. And I'm just like, God, I actually want to give you a quote.
Okay.
I'm not sure you're familiar with Brene Brown, but she did a talk called A Call for Courage. And she would say something like, she goes, most of us hold on to pain or the pain of others like it's like our protection coat or something like that. And she's like, no, do not hold on to pain or pain of others. Throw that stuff down. It serves you no purpose. And a lot of people, I was on a Clubhouse today, and it was about, I'm going to say the name, brace yourself, why Black men don't like Black women. And I was just like, I had to call my friend. So I was very triggered. And I was just like, and I told her the titles, and she goes, "Those are wounded conversations." And I said, "Yes." It's like, why are we still in these wounded conversations, unwilling to get help, unwilling to, to tackle those things and to learn to heal and let it go? That's one of the things that we have, men, we have to get out of these wounded conversations. They serve
Oh,
us no good.
okay, so I'm over here bursting at the seams. So let me just go ahead and because I mean, people are already at the edge of their seat. They're already commenting. We already know we start normalizing these type of conversations and having these type forums. So let me just say that you have a very diverse
Right.
client base. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just explain that to the village. That means old, young, no ethnicity is no race is in question, straight, gay, married, single, whatever. If you are a man, then he is like saying, I'm here as a life and relationship coach. So let's go ahead and not put him in a box as to what his craft is and what his subject matter expertise is, you
Right.
know.
And with that being said, I work with people who are willing to do the work. There's a difference between helping men and women and all that. That's all well and good. But if you're ready to do the work, you're willing to do the work to get to the other side. That's who I work with. People who are ready and tired of that same ass story, striking the same old people, and they want the breakthrough. They have the willingness to do the work, to give up. Keyword, give up the old story, the old beliefs, the old pattern, and to create a new one.
Right. So we already know all men, have some sort of sabotaging belief. All women do. I'm not throwing shade.
Right.
We all have some sabotaging beliefs, but like you said, not everybody is willing to do the work. So those that are ready, they seek you out and they understand that it's going to require vulnerability. It's going to require them, putting some confidence in you,
Right.
and they need to just go ahead and check the off the chart success rates because that's what's really going to bring them on in.
And it,
And
and it also requires the individual to like stop one being a victim or playing the victim game. Two, that's your hand. And two, it's like having the willingness to look and self-reflect because that is where the gold is, that you're looking at yourself. Because
yes,
for me, when I started on this journey, it was hard to own up to how my belief system was sabotaging my love life. And it was painful. Now, I know there's two people in a relationship, but you're co-creating that relationship. So
right.
everybody has to be responsible of how they're taking ownership of their part. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you're reacting to what your partner is saying, there is some hurt part of you, most likely from your childhood, that's unresolved. And you're taking it out on your partner and you don't even know it. You're
Jimmy, you getting into I can't even ask you the question
go
because I'm
ahead,
trying to figure out
go ahead,
what
go
is
ahead.
the root cause of all this stinking thinking. And you just went on, you done took them back to when I was 5, you know.
I get excited, you know.
I am excited.
um, the root cause. I mean, to be honest with you, it's different for everyone and it's
Mm-hmm.
layered. And one of the things, especially the first thing I was telling you, is that men don't want to ask for help. And I can tell you, like, so I have a business coach. And so one of the things he's having us doing is interviewing people, our ideal clients. So for me, I'm interviewing all these men. And every single man all said, I wish I would have asked for help, not wait to the last minute, not wait till it got so bad, not wait till I was in pain. until I finally raise my hand and say, hey, I need your help. And so these beliefs are passed down to us from generation after generation after generation. And it seeps into our unconscious mind. Like there's a scientific a study said that we are operating in our unconscious mind 90% of the time. So therefore, you don't even know why you're doing the way you're doing it because there's some belief that's controlling your outcome, that's controlling your decisions, that's controlling your beliefs, and you're like, "Well, that's just the way I am."
Mm,
Okay,
why that part? Let's talk about it, right? So let's deep dive.
okay.
What are some of the patterns or beliefs that men have? Let's just go ahead and call them out. What are they? And then let's talk about some solutions. Like how do they start to identify and work on it and take ownership of that?
Right. So there's one belief that men are like, well, if I don't, if men talk about their problems, then they're pussy or they're soft, they're weak, or if they ask for help, there's something wrong with you. That
Mm-hmm.
that one right there, like I remember I was telling my mom that I was like, oh, I'm gonna see a therapist. She was like, why do you need that? Like you need to pray. You need to pray to God. And I was just like, calm down. I was like, isn't it God who put the therapist on earth, gave them the gift to help us heal and deal with our pain so we can live bigger lives?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she was like, right. You know what I mean? Like we hold on to that belief that if I ask for help, then I'm perceived as weak. I'm perceived as not man enough. I'm perceived as not good enough. Then I am not going to be considered the man of the household. I'm not going to be considered, the matriarch of the family. I'm not going to be perceived as the leader in the workplace. And it's like we cannot do it on our own. We're
Mm-hmm.
all creatures that are here to help each other grow, elevate. I mean, that's how life works. If you,
Mm-hmm.
if you, if each and every person who's watching this right now, and I'm doing a lot of like this conscious studying, and with Wayne Dyer, and he was like, if everybody just pause and look out at nature, nothing survives on its own. Every plant, every tree, everything has its part and need each other to grow. Human beings are no different.
Okay, so you're saying that one of the sabotaging beliefs is they don't want to ask for help.
Right.
So, okay, give me some more. Let's rapid fire. Let's come on.
One of the other beliefs is like this one like really shocked me, and I always heard of this, but men have this belief that I have a high threshold of pain. And so that's also stuff like I can take it. I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna take this. Nobody's gonna know. I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna like hold this inside, and I'm gonna just like rough it out. I'm gonna tough it out. And it's like no, like especially when it comes to like physical pain, your body, and even with emotional pain, your body is indicating to you that there's something wrong that you need to start paying attention to it. And I was like on a clubhouse the other day because of the same belief that I used to have, this threshold of pain. I used to be a dancer. I remember I had like warts under my feet, and I danced on them every single day, and it felt like I was dancing on glass. And I never went to the doctor to get help because in my mind, I could tough this out. I'm going to be a man. This is not going to like interrupt my ability to dance. I'm going to tough this out, and it actually hindered my ability to grow as a dancer. I'm just like, why did I just go to the doctor and get this taken care of? Now I can't dance the way I dance anymore.
So let
Even
me let me ask you this.
Mhm.
I wondered what is the underlying cause that would cause a man to go into what I call super into a Marvel character, if you will. You know, they create this Marvel character and they're just like all buffed up and stuff. Like, you know, I'm hitting it hard on the job. I got to do it right here. You got my friends, you know, I'm this right here. And they just get into this, like, you know, type zone. And it's like they almost never come out. And it's not that rough, but it's that rough inside in their mind. They are in like this, you know, phase. And like you said, they don't want to ask for help. And so every portion of their life, they feel like I'm gonna tackle this problem. If you say anything to them, they're like, okay, I'm gonna tackle that problem. And I'm just like, dude, I don't need you to tackle a problem for me. I would just have a conversation. So it causes them to go into overdrive to get to that stage.
It's so interesting. You're asking this, and like I'm doing some research on this right now, and this therapist, he was saying, he just brought to one simple thing, that men innately want to be the provider. That's it. And they're going to do any and everything to prove that they can provide, that they can protect, and that they can take care of everything. And although that's innately a part of who we are, it's also cripples us because we, like I said before, we can't do everything. That's why a relationship is a partnership. We're working together to create partnership. And it's like tilting. And I'll give you an example. There's a guy who I wanted to work with, and older African American gentleman, and I was like leading this course, and he wanted to sign up for this program, and he wouldn't leave. He was like, I want to do this, but I don't know. He could afford it. He had the money, cash right there on the spot. And so he pulled me to the side. He was like, you know, I can afford to pay for this right now. But if I give this money up, then somebody in our family doesn't eat. He was basically taking care of two families, unwilling to get the family together, to pull together. He felt it was his duty as a man to be the man for the entire family. And that
Yeah.
hurt him. Not only did it hurt him, I said, well, why don't you ask for help? He was
Yeah.
like, no. He's like, if my family knew that I didn't have the necessary, like he was living paycheck to paycheck, and he was like, if my family knew that, they would lose all respect. So all of this usually comes down trying to maintain some level of respect. We're willing to go down in flames in order to have the respect of our family, our wives, husbands, whatever you like. And for me, I recently discovered like a lot of this has to do with earning the respect of other men. And I was just like, whoa, like a lot of the times I'm proving myself in the eyes of other men. I'm like, why am I doing that? Like, they don't owe me anything. I don't owe them anything. Like, this is my journey. What do I believe in? Why is that my belief? To earn the respect of these men who aren't even going anywhere in their life, who aren't even doing the work, who aren't even providing for themselves, who aren't even like, I was just having a conversation with my friend today, and I was like, I'm so grateful that my first relationship had me look at my friends, because all those friends were still in the same place. They weren't elevating me to be at my best self. And a lot of that too, I would say men start looking at the friendships that you will have, your support system. And I was telling one of my best friends right now, I told his wife this, I said, you need to be around other women who know how to maintain healthy relationships, because you can't maintain a healthy relationship being around hurt people. You can't be in a healthy relationship being around people who don't know how to cultivate love, who are not doing the work. They're still in the same place. They're still single. They're still in the same conversation as last year. You can't grow. You can't elevate. You can't.
That's some good stuff.
You can't.
That's some good stuff. So when I think about practical steps, because I want to I hope the village has some questions out there. I'm not looking because I can't concentrate on do both, but I hope the village comes with some questions. But tell us before we get to that stage,
Mhm.
what practical steps, like if you had to just say, men, I I haven't spoken to you, I don't know, but this is where I feel like would be a great practical place for you to start evaluating where you are as a man, what would that be?
So for me, like the first step is to really look at, especially if you see a pattern, how there's a question I always ask anybody who I work with. How is this pattern happening to through me, not just to me? Like, how am I still attracting this hurt? Why am I always in this situation? Like, how am I keeping this alive? It's like it's the first step of AA is saying the first step is that I have a problem.
You keeping it alive. Come on here.
We are. Yeah, and then okay, how am I keeping it alive? What thoughts are attached to that belief that is causing my actions to keep this alive, to keep attracting the same woman, to keep attracting the same men, because a part of you is keeping it alive to protect yourself from opening up, from being vulnerable, from being seen, from being heard.
Listen, I don't know how to pass the offering plate, but I'm just trying to figure out how do I cash app some money? Listen, this is some valuable information. We're deep diving here and talking about topics, Village, that we have been covering. I'll put it like this. We've been bringing that same suitcase with to everywhere. We taking it everywhere we go, and then wondering why things aren't working out. Am I
Yeah,
right?
you're right. And I'll say this too, you reminded me of something. I was coaching a guy who his girlfriend would like he had a call before he left the house. He had a call when he arrived. It was just all this like restriction in the relationship. And in the conversation, normally I don't really go into other people like the girlfriend or the boyfriend because they're not there. I'm coaching you. And so my instincts was like, you need to call this out. You need to call this out. And he was like, she doesn't trust. I said, I guarantee you her trust issues were stem from somewhere else. And he was like, yeah, her mother doesn't trust men. And so she said, went into the relationship, don't trust men. So now I'm holding on to this belief, I don't trust men. And a lot of men say this too, I don't trust women. Well, that people, I would say this too. When we explain things like that, we're inherently creating a world. We're setting up our environment to not trust men, to not trust women, to not trust love. We think we're casually saying this like, oh, I don't really believe that. No, but actually you do. It's deep down in your body. Like that's how deep this stuff goes. It's in your
Mhm.
body. And like I said it before, is unconsciously in your mind and in your body. Until that stuff is brought forward, you are living your pain body life. Like literally.
Okay, so I am my mind is blown. First of all, we talked about before this, and I was already like, oh my god. So this right here is really a lot to deal with. Let's in our last little bit, let's talk about the people that have the blame game,
Mhm.
won't identify, won't own their stuff, won't own their stinking thinking, won't own their bad habits, won't own their dysfunction in the back that they brought to the forward and they got the little bag. I was talking to someone just the other day, and he was telling me, I've been in a lot of relationships, but these women out here, I can't trust them, and they running a lot of games, dot dot dot. And so his defense mechanism was, it's not him, it's all these women that he's dated. And so what I said to him, because I was like, okay, you said it to me, so of course I get the right to respond. I said, could it be? and I couldn't see him, he was on the phone, but I was doing like this. Could it be that it has nothing to do with the other women, but the type of one woman that you seek? Could it be that you're seeking the same woman over and over, looking for a different response because you're attracted to, little Kim, but you need to be, getting a Michelle Obama? I'm just asking, like, what
Well,
is it that you are attracted to? Like you said, keeping alive, but now you're placing the blame
right,
on the women because you won't own up to your stuff. How
right.
common is that?
So I would say to him, how is that a reflection of you?
That part.
Because okay, if I say, and I was just thinking about this the other day, because I used to be that person I don't trust after my because it happens because somebody hurt him and he disclaimed that out to the world, and now it's what he believes. So now he's attracting, not only is attracting that, but it does not matter what he won't even recognize a good woman if it comes in front of his face, because in his mind, he's
Come on here.
already he's he's already looking to see where he can't trust her. He's already looking for the thing that says, "Oh, I don't trust women." See,
Look, Jimmy, he like this.
yeah,
Jimmy, he like,
right. He's already looking for it. His mind, his cognitive dissonance.
yes.
It's like when your mind is already made up. It's like I was the example. The famous example is the car when you say, oh, I want this red Lamborghini. All of a sudden, you start seeing red Lamborghinis everywhere. It's the same thing. All of a
Right.
sudden, I don't trust. All of a sudden, I don't. I see all these untrustworthy women everywhere. Until you break that habit, until you disbound that belief, you're always going to see and attract women or men that you don't trust until you heal that part of you. Because I had to look at myself. And I'll give you a personal example. In my first relationship, I remember the coach would say to me, your beliefs help you cause the pain in your relationship. And I was like, looking. And like I said before, it's the willingness to look. And I remember the first thought I had when I started dating this guy, and it was, oh, this person is not the one, so why try anyway? I remember having that conversation with myself. And when I finally realized that, I could see how all my actions kept me from being open, kept me from being vulnerable, it kept me from when they asked me to go visit a family, I said no. I said no in my mind, this is not going to work anyway, so why should I go visit their family? I
Mm-hmm.
see all my actions. I was like, oh my God, I believe this deep down in my soul, and it was unconsciously, it was me. Even though that person did what they did, I was self-sabotaging my own relationships because of belief I made in the very beginning of the relationship. And I told
Right.
you about it.
Right. Listen, you all, this has been phenomenal. Jimmy's information is on the screen. I know you saw the value. I tried to keep it lighthearted because if we were to seriously deep dive into this, like, I probably would be over here, I don't know, crying or something. I don't know.
Perfect.
It's a really deep, and so and so I tried to keep it light because I understand his personality, and plus we had already virtually hugged before we came on anyway. But Jimmy, thank you so much. We definitely need to get you back. I'm so glad that did Men's Month, and then so again. The village loves you. We thank you, and we definitely need to bring you back.
Thank you, Ken, for having me, and happy Valentine's Day to all you men out there. And I would say there's a shirt that I have it's called Healed, and from a site called Heal Girl Heal. I'm like, men, it is time for us to heal.
Yes.
It
I
really is.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Village, listen, next week, where's my little cheat sheet? Next week, we are going to have Dr. Devilia. and we're going to normalize the conversation on erectile dysfunction and prostate cancer. Listen, I'm bringing some really quality people in here. I need you to get your daddy, your brother, your uncle, your sons, everybody, because next week is definitely going to be a deep dive conversation with a urologist. And we're going to be talking about some really serious topics. And so I want you to be able to be here and reap the benefits of that. Please like and share this episode. If you think of any questions later on, please drop them. Jimmy will come back and address your questions in the comments. And as always, silence creates distance, but conversations with Kim builds the village. Thank you. Bye-bye.